Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So this just dropped recently online. Fallout Season 3 reportedly filming much sooner than expected. I'm not a Fallout person, never played Fallout, more of a Skyrim guy. Show is pretty good from what I've seen. The main character's kind of odd, so that definitely keeps me coming back. Not a bad looking trick, honestly. Not bad at all. According to a new report, filming on Fallout Season 3 could begin a few months earlier than originally expected. The range must be pretty good. Which is why it baffles me that this didn't win Best Adaptation. Somehow Last of Us Season 2 did. I'm like, what? Kilter Films and Amazon MGM Studios appear to be wasting no time when it comes back to the Fallout series. After announcing an early renewal for Season 3 of the live action series back in May, we expected the film would begin on a new season this summer. It's appeared to be progressing faster than expected. According to a new report from ProductionList.com, filming on Fallout Season 3 will begin as soon as May 1st. It was almost 2 months earlier than previously expected. Last month, Fallout executive producer Jonathan Nolan. Okay, cool. Indicated they were aiming to begin filming Season 3 this summer, so they can air as soon as possible. Well, many series these days take years between seasons. Nolan told IGN they were hoping to get it back on the air in a reasonable amount of time. Makes sense. The latest report states Fallout is currently in the midst of its second season, and so our response has been equally as positive as the first. After 4 episodes, Season 2 currently sits 97 on Rotten Tomatoes. First season. Again, coming into it as a newcomer. This can get into Fallout. I guess I don't get the story that much. I know it's like the apocalypse or whatever, age of some kind. Fallout Season 2 successfully expanded its post-apocalyptic world to deliver everything the audience could want from the video game adaptation, including some sumptuous visuals and riveting performances. Fans appear equally enthralled with the series, called arguably one of the best video adaptations of a video game. And I still say Last of Us Season 1 is the best adaptation I've seen. Even as someone that's never played Fallout, I would say Fallout is even better. Because Last of Us Season 2 just really crapped a bit. Every way you can possibly imagine. Just it lacked the creativity that it should have had. Should have been a no-brainer. You put it on TV. You could easily just make up new stories in between Season 1 and 2 before a golfing season happens. But instead of doing that, it just went plot for plot of the game, and it was just kind of abysmal. There were some cool creative decisions like that attack on the town Jackson with the infected invasion and all that stuff. But they got rid of Joe way too fast. So it's nice to know that this show is pleasing the fans of that fan base. And it's not taking stupid liberties that don't need to be taken. There's still no word on when Fallout Season 3 will release, but the fact that filming may begin in May ahead of schedule, then we have a shorter wait between seasons. Yeah. problem with a lot of these shows, and I've already said that, but there's almost too much of a gap between some of these shows. Like Last of Us season 3 will be what, another year out. Rings of Power apparently is coming back, but I already forgotten that show exists, so it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, it does take time to make these shows. You got to film and edit it and all that stuff, photography, cinematography, all that stuff. At least they're making the effort. Season 2 was premiered December 16th, 2025, just aired its fourth episode, which paid tribute to Fallout 3's Operation Anchorage, which is widely considered to be one of the franchise's best DLC. Based on one of the greatest video games of all time, Fallout is a story of haves and have-nots in a world in which there's almost nothing left to have. Yeah, I almost forgot about Tomb Raider. Miss Sophia Can't Hack Turner being cast as Lara Croft is probably the dumbest casting I've seen in a while. They won't get the Tomb Raider. Don't you worry about that. It'll probably be an extra part of this episode of Geek Talk, but I got plenty to say about that horrible casting. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a promising series. I don't know how many seasons they're planning to do. Most like, I would say maybe 5 would be a good number. Don't want to do too many. Then probably just fall apart like shows like Lost fell apart after like season 3. I want to say. No, season 1 will always be the best. Season 1 will always be the best. After that, it's pretty much up in the air. More gaming news. Grand Theft Auto 6 might be delayed. Says reportedly still not going. Content not complete. November release not guaranteed. Yeah, my favorite Grand Theft Auto is probably 5. Open world stuff is the best. I'm not in any rush for any of these to come out. Delays don't really bother me as much as they can bother other people. Like it's a game. It's ready when it's ready. It's nothing really to be all upset about, you know. GTA 6 is undoubtedly the most anticipated game of 2026. With multiple delays, Rockstar has finally settled on a launch date of November 19th, 2026. However, in the latest episode of Button Mash, Bloomberg, Jason Schreier has cast down their release date. The longtime industry analyst shared what he has heard about the game, revealing that it's still not content complete. Must be a massive game then. This is a big, complicated game, and the last I heard, still not complete. That is to say, people were still finishing things up, still finalizing levels of missions, and seeing what is going to make it into the game. So it's still in progress. Nothing really to be up in arms about. Like some people from the outsiders assume that video games just magically appear on the shelves. There's no behind the scenes work or anything involved. It is a process like anything else. He continues, so it's really hard to say right now. I don't think anyone at Rockstar could tell you 100% certainty they'll make it out in November. Now it's never real, even more real than they did. Yeah. It's ready when it's ready. That's what I say. You really can't settle for anything less than perfection with this release because there's so much writing on it. stock of Take Two lives or dies on this game. So it's not something they release in any compromised state. I mean, look at what we call it with Cyberpunk. They tried to release that massive game on freaking PS4. It was terrible. It was never meant for that particular system. So looks like a lot of these students learned from that horrible mistake. So the question on the delay is possible. It's a video game, like exactly, like it's ready when it's ready. So apparently we got a live action Scooby Doo TV show reportedly filming in April. I'm like, yeah. I still remember those stupid movies. They were terrible. Beginning to set filming in April on the intriguing reimagining. Oh, great. Reimagining. Just what we need. A modern take on a classic show. I can't wait for the reimagining of the Rugrats. It should be great. I mean, like, why can't we just leave these properties alone and just do something original? It just seems like it's a pattern that just keeps happening with these classic properties like Star Wars and tons of other properties out there being brought into the modern world and destroyed, dismantled, really. That live action Scooby Doo TV series reportedly starts filming in April. Says after initial reports and rumors of a live action Scooby Doo series on Netflix for service in 2024, we finally have signs of positive action behind the scenes. Like, I'm just as bad as the movie, so nothing to be excited about as far as I'm concerned. There's no synopsis for the project. We return final summer at camp. Old friends, oh dear. Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled in haunting mystery surrounding a lonely lost Great Dane. What? This is like, I guess it's like it's an origin story or something. This sounds awful. Surrounding a lonely lost Great Dane puppy that have been a witness. What? In the original show, they're already a group. Like, what are you doing? Like, is Disney making this? Because it sounds like more of that prequel crap that keeps spewing out. Together with the pragmatic and scientific telling of Velma, oh my goodness, and the strange but ever so handsome new kid Freddy. Oh god, this set out to solve the case that is pulling. Oh dear, he turned me into a nightmare. Oh. I can't even get too upset because I don't really give a shit about Scooby Doo anymore. I watched it as a kid. I don't care anymore. It's one of those things that just leave it alone. Scooby Doo has no relevance in 2026. I'll tell you that right now. Kids today probably don't care about Scooby Doo. So there's really no point to this, in my opinion. The beloved franchise that had an impact on pop culture, yeah, in the 2000s. It's rich with the universal theme of friendship that generations of fans have all embraced, together with creative prowess, quality productions. All right. And that radio were committed to delighting longtime fans and open up a world of great adventures. Now, new era of middling kids. And that's usually where I have my reservations. Like, stop trying to bring shit that was done already into the present day. Stop trying to modernize it. Stop trying to for a new generation. There's plenty of episodes of the original show out there that you could probably find on YouTube or at a freaking Best Buy or something. There's no real reason to bring this into the present day and then destroy it. It is expected that the Taicho came out will be brought to life using CGI. Great. And there's another problem right there. It was fine as an animated series. Doesn't need to be. The Scooby Doo dog in the movie wasn't too bad. It was real enough, but the live action Scooby Doo project comes in the week of a real disastrous. Oh, yeah, the Velma series. Thankfully, I didn't bother watching that. This sounds like a bad deal all the way around. So, for some reason, Pixar is making another Toy Story movie. Anyway, besides Star Trek, I guess. But I thought 4 was awful. I thought 4 was awful. So, yeah, at the end of it, I think Woody disappeared or something. So, I don't know interest in whatever planning going forward. Says Toy Story 5 still reveals first look at an older Bonnie as a William was watch on. I guess I'm supposed to care about this new kid. Pixar has struggled to rebound from Bob Chapek's time as Disney CEO during the pandemic. He decided to bolster Disney Plus's streaming offerings by sending the studio's new movies to the platform. Either as part of its Premier Access service or as free titles for subscribers. So it says the summer will see the release of Toy Story 5, a franchise that's consistently brought the Disney-owned studio critical acclaim and box office success. Thanks to USA Today, we have first look at Bonnie and her mom. The character has seemingly been aged up a little, which makes sense Yeah, this is my problem with the newer Toy Story films. They're trying to act like most kids don't have the same experiences. Like the original point, at least to me, of Toy Story, the originals, is any kid can relate to Andy. And he had a sister, so she had her own experiences. I don't know why I couldn't just focus on her instead and go back in time and do a different perspective or something. But for me, Toy Story, the original Toy Story, the great standalone story, two was great, three was okay. Should have ended it there. Um, I don't understand the point of keeping that going. The real new generation, like, yeah, only so many times you can drag out a franchise before it gets dead, you know? Look at Disney Wars. 6 years since Rise of Palpatine. Still nothing coming out. It says Tom Hanks returns at the ever loyal cowboy Woody. Tim Allen reports for doing his Buzz Lightyear. It says when the first teaser trailer was released, Andrew Stanton and co-director Ken Harris said it's been a hilarious and important journey exploring our favorite team. I guess he told he's my responder to today's world technology. Yeah. This seems like they're trying to once again bring another beloved franchise into the modern world. I suppose there's something to be said about technology. I don't need a message in these films. I don't watch Toy Story to see your messages about the modern world. Doesn't interest me. And it's a terrible idea overall. So yeah, I ain't got much to say about this. It's probably gonna be shit. Four was terrible. Um, I like two and three, but for me, it ends with the original. Great standalone story. Doesn't need any sequels. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark, never need any sequels. Never got any better than Raiders anyway. So, and last story for today, Tangled cast Agatha All Along star Catherine Hahn as the villainous Mother Gothel. I never saw any of the live action Disney films because they're pointless and stupid. I mean, I heard Lion King was bad, really bad. I heard Beauty and the Beast was really bad. It's a shame because I thought, what's her name? Emma Watson was a great Watson. Yeah, I think it's Emma Watson. The babe that played Hermione in Harry Potter, because Bill is actually a bookworm, so pretty much matches up with the character. So I got excited for that. So now you can't even see. I'm like, what the? So I didn't bother watching that. The only live action remake I saw was Tarzan, and it was fantastic because it was actually original. It wasn't trying to bring a cartoon to life plot for plot. That's the way it worked. But I never saw Tangled. I've heard the songs ad nauseum, so I'm not going to bother at this point. But for what I do know about the film, this sounds like really good casting. Um, she looks exactly like her from what I've seen. As long as she can sing, shouldn't be shouldn't be any issues unless the movie sticks. So it says Disney's live action Tangled recently found its young leads. Now after Scarlett Johansson dropped out of talks to play Mother Gothel, Disney has turned to a fan favorite choice for the role in Catherine Hahn. Sure, Tangled fans would be happy about that. I don't have too much to say about this one. Yeah, I never really saw the live action remakes. I think they're all pointless. There's really nothing wrong with the animated films. It says the House of Mouse appears eager to make fans happy with Tangled. No great surprise following the backlash it's received for casting Rachel Zegler as title character Snow White. Yeah, she was kind of homely. And like, I remember having a crush on a lot of these Disney princesses as a kid. Belle being the hottest one, obviously. No contest there. Rachel Zegler was freaking hideous. I'm like, my God, you couldn't do any better for casting freaking Snow White than that. um, all the babes in freaking Hollywood. That's really what came up. Ugh, gosh. Like I had a crush on Ariel as a kid, but Belle definitely takes the top. There's not one that's harder than Belle. Not one. The live action remakes are just a joke in comparison. Says Han has responded positively to the idea of playing Tangled villains over the years. Production on the movie is still expected to begin this summer, so it may not be too long before we get a first look at the characters on set. It's going to be interesting. Looks like they cast Rapunzel and Flynn, apparently. So I just don't get what's wrong with the animated films that we have to keep remaking everything. Like Hollywood is clearly out of ideas. Looks like they got Tegan Croft. She was Raven in the Titan series. She was smoking hot. So they got no problems with that casting. And Milo Manheim will lead the live action remake as Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. And then we got Catherine Hahn as Mother Gothel. Release date for Tangled has yet to be revealed, but with shooting set to begin this June 2027, 28 seems likely. Yeah, not too many comments on this. Casting seems solid. Casting seems pretty solid to me. So as long as the fans are happy, wherever they might be in this particular fan base, as long as the fan base is pleased, shouldn't be a problem.